Right, hello. Good morning. Let's see. I was actually wondering if anyone actually I haven't streamed in a while. I'm wondering if anyone's actually watching. Yeah. Let's see. Doesn't matter. We need to get this plugin running. Our problem is that the tests run fine, but it doesn't actually run. Let's see. I asked ChatGPT. By the way, ChatGPT has this new mode that's released now, so it should have more normal conversations. I wonder if we could try it. Do I have it here? No, why isn't it updated? Check for updates. Yeah, install and relaunch. Yeah, this is the... Wait, that's not the thing. Why doesn't it have the new thing?
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running.
Oh.
If there's anything you... Hey, I'm ready to...
Hey, what's up? Hey, it's great to meet you. How's your day going?
I'm really...
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
Hey there. I've got a really great feeling about us teaming up. How can I jump in and help?
Hello.
Do I actually share my audio? System audio?
I'm here to help.
What's this? Which could result in echo. I don't think it will. I think this microphone is pretty awesome at not picking up. Okay, let's just. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to talk to this thing, and you should be able to hear it.
Hello, it's lovely to meet you.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going? I'm looking forward to working together. Let's figure out where...
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running. So...
Hey, what's up? Feel free to ask me about anything that's on your mind.
It's
I'm
so
ready to go.
fascinating. Like, this is actually AI voices.
Hi, glad to meet you.
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running. So if there's anything you'd like me to focus on first,
yeah, I like his
just
energy.
let me know.
Okay. Okay, hello. How are you doing?
Hey there, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's everything going on your end?
I'm doing fine, but I'm working on this SWC plugin, which is related to Vite. I want to run this SWC plugin with the React SWC plugin in Vite, but I have tests running green, but it's not working. Like, the plugin is working running Vite, but it doesn't do the transformations, and I wonder where I should go from here.
It sounds like you've managed to get your SWC plugin integrated with Vite, but it's not applying the transformations as expected, even though tests are passing. That can be really frustrating, especially when everything seems to work in isolation. Here are a few possible directions to troubleshoot this. 1. Double-check plugin order in Vite. Sometimes, with Vite, the order of plugins can affect how they're applied. Ensure that your SWC plugin is being loaded after the React SWC plugin. In vite.config.js, you could try rearranging the plugins to make sure your custom plugin runs at the right stage. 2. Check plugin configuration and options. Make sure that any options or configurations your SWC plugin depends on are correctly passed in Vite. If the plugin relies on specific parameters, double-check the configuration syntax to ensure it's not being overwritten or ignored by Vite's settings. 3. Inspect the Vite output. As part of debugging, look closely at the output Vite is generating. Run Vite build, and then inspect the generated files in the dist directory. Sometimes, examining this output can give clues on whether the plugin is partially applying transformations or being skipped entirely. 4. Use a simple console debugging technique. If you're not already, you can sprinkle println statements within your Rust plugin to track whether certain branches of code are being executed. Sometimes the plugin can be silently skipping transformations if conditions aren't met. 5. Check compatibility with React SWC plugin.
That's great.
Since you're running this alongside the React
I
SWC
thought it could
plugin,
interrupt it.
there
Oh,
could be
click
some
interrupt.
compatibility issue or unexpected interaction. it might be worth
Okay, fine. Thanks a bunch for all the tips. I'll try this out and report back to you. Oh, whatever. It's like it's insane, like the quality of the voice. It didn't feel natural though. Like the demos make like it's the latency, right? That's the problem, and they still have a latency issue. But the quality of the voice, it's what the fudge. So I'm gonna try. Oh, yeah. Well, what the hell? Where's my today, yesterday? Oh, that's interesting. What was? Oh, damn it! Where is? Oh, I think I have it in my. Do I have it in my? Yeah. Okay, great. So let's try first to just see if we actually get any. Let's see it. David. Do I use yarn? Yarn dev. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't actually output anything. Okay. So let's try to print Ellen. Let's see. Print. Yeah, I want to look at the config. Hey there. Let's see. And we're going to build this. Impact React SWC transform. npm pack. Okay. Then I guess we should start this again. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Oh, nice. We can actually do this. Okay, so it's actually running that thing. Fold with store observer. Okay, so let's see if this store observer actually runs. So it gets a store observer. Wait a minute. Oh, I think it's actually just missing some stuff. Could you finish up this file? Let's see. Let's bring in the other one as well. Could you finish up the source librs file? It seems to be. It seems to not properly import the logic from the transform module. So isn't that typical? It just writes it just writes comments. Oh my god. I think it was actually working. So what did you do now? Yeah, this is how it should work. But I think it okay, let's just accept this and then why did it change? Why does it say mod? Anyways, let's just accept this. And does it have a reference to the... Yeah, maybe this will work. Let's see. Cargo test. No. Not found in transform. This is the thing I don't quite understand. React store. Like, it's a public function. Why doesn't it find it? Where's transform coming from? Let's look at the other plugin thing. So how do they actually bring in? So it just says use. Oh, I think it should be use transform. No external crate. Oh no, not use transform, but like it has this. Yeah, so our name is React Store Observer. So can I just use it? How does this actually work? So, oh, and then we say, okay, I think I know. React Store Observer. Okay. Ah, interesting. Is private? Oh my god. But I don't think, does this also have, oh my god. Oh, this also has package name. Okay, so I don't think we need this. Oh, does it? We can reuse content. Oh, for deserialization. Okay, so let's not bring in the config here. But this is interesting to me because we had everything running. Okay, but we can give it this. Let's remove the actual close others. Let's just say done. Trying to run the tests here. I get let me help you fix the code. The issue is that we need to probably implement the default trait for the visitor return. What did it change? Okay. This is the trait bound is not satisfied. I have no idea what this is. I'm not sure, like, which one is the culprit? Is it this thing or is it the other thing? So does this thing have like a visitor? I don't think it does. It's a problem that is split into two different files because I think it gets very confused by that. What is this visitor thing? Visitor? I have a feeling it's just the way we... Oh, sorry, visitor. No, so it's just calling the thing, right? Okay, so that's fine. So it's program fold with And then it just calls the thing. And the thing it returns is an implementation. What the fuck is this? What the fuck does that mean? Store observer. Where's the function? Plus fold. What if I just do that? What the hell is... Named, expected named lifetime parameter. I have no idea. I remember reading about lifetimes. But no idea what this is. I guess it's just a variable name that's not undeclared. Oh, is this a config thing? Fold pass. Yeah, it's running fold pass. Yeah, I think it's doing the right thing. I think it's this return type that it doesn't like properly handle, but I have no idea what this means. But we could ask it. Could you fix this? Okay, so should be able to. Maybe it's just the pass that's missing. Oh, look at that. Okay, so it actually ran now. So now I think it actually runs. I'm just gonna remove any weird stuff. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna npm pack. Okay, and let's just restart this in case. Just in case. Ah, for fuck's sake, it still doesn't work. Okay, so what's wrong now? Does it give an actual error or something? No, nothing. Okay, let's look at the output. Yeah, so it basically doesn't do anything. Oh wait, this is the... Yeah. Function counter. It doesn't do anything. But at least now we can do some printing. Let's see if the actual tests run here. Transform cargo test. Yeah. And the tests include like function. So for example, counter 4 should turn into... Oh, interesting. That's wrong. This should turn into... interesting. maybe it is running. It's just not. Oh, interesting. So this should actually turn into counter 4 equals observer. Oh, shit. I need to say without formatting. So now it should fail, and then we can... Okay, nice. Nice. So what we can say now is we're done. The scenario of function count, let's just say counter, store equals use store. The scenario of function counter converting to const counter equals observer function counter is not happening. Could you make sure it wraps the observer in those scenarios as well? Blah, blah. Cold coffee. By the way, the app I've been working on a new version of Family Scrum, which is like a minimal minimal UI using AI instead. It's actually yesterday I deployed it to production, and you can actually sign in and create a family and hook other people up and stuff. Accept. Oh. Oh shit. Unclosed. Interesting. So it's actually created invalid code. That's very interesting. There is a mismatched closely delimiter. In the code. Could you fix it? Brace. I guess brace is parentheses. Okay, let's see. No. What the fuck? Okay, I'm just gonna give it the whole thing. Still getting error. It feels like Claude is sick today, or was up last night. Like, imagine me figuring out how to write this code. Like, again, if I really wanted to learn Rust, I had like an actual plan and a purpose of learning Rust, then this would probably be a good way to learn it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, you messed up here. We're gonna try again. Can I like copy this? Oh, it's just my partner. Okay, we're just gonna try again. So I need to support another scenario. wrapping a component function with observer. The scenario is const store use store should turn into. I hope it doesn't take it literally. Const counter equals observer. Okay, let's just try it. It would be so funny if it literally implemented. Okay, let's see what it does now. So, okay, let's see what it actually implemented there. Did it take it too literal? Oh, I didn't save it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, but this is something it can solve at least. Got an error. And this is like writing Rust code. Again, I mentioned this yesterday. It probably has a very limited amount of training data compared to other languages, which is a very interesting thing to observe. Oh, how well it, like how much training data it actually needs to. Oh, okay. So counter 4. Wait a minute. What did it actually output here? This is very confusing. Okay, so it seems to have fixed this thing. Except it seems to have done something wrong here. I don't understand this diff. It's very confusing. But anyways, now the scenario worked, but the previous scenarios of some comp, but the previous scenarios of const counter equals function converting to I'm not sure if this iteration is function. Oh, that's also interesting. Like, should it does not work. Like, if you actually give an anonymous function here, you know what I want to do? I want to try to give it, I just want to give it input and output. So currently the input does not result in the expected. So currently the output does not transform. How do I express that? So the output, the expected, so the expected output is not correct. It does not wrap. What are these? What are these called? It fails. It does not wrap function assignments like function. Sorry, const counter equals function store equals uStore into we can check that later, like actually naming, because that would help. Not in variable declaration. Let's add support for checking. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Variable declarations. Accept. So well, oh, I think it took it a bit literally. Does it actually have a reference to counter here? No. I wonder why did it... Wait, output. Where's counter? Oh, sorry. That's my bad. Should of course be counter 4. Why is the... Why are these wrong? I don't understand. So, counter 4, doesn't it actually produce the... Oh, sorry. Which one was it? Cartwright? Oh, that one was okay. Is the red what I want or what it produced? It's so annoying. God damn it. Left, right. What the fuck does left and right mean? Does left mean... the expected result and then right is what it produced? I guess so. It has to be. Yeah, so this didn't wrap. I'm not sure, but yeah, these are fine, I think. Okay, so I think it just doesn't handle arrow functions. Oh fuck, did I say done? God damn it. I wasn't done. Ugh. Can I get back to it? Oh, is there a chat and edits? Oh, I didn't know that. Ooh. Oh, okay. But I can't go back to previous conversations. Ah, that sucks. Okay, anyways. So it transforms function variable function variable declarations with to wrap observer, but it does not do it for arrow functions, it seems. Please correct that. But I think like doing this, like first of all, using a language I don't have experience with, doing something very complicated, which is like AST traversal and transformations, it kind of is a good example of where AI is helpful. Like, is a valid use case for it, I mean. Because the alternative would be that no, look at that. The alternative would be that it would never happen. Like, we would never get that plugin. npm pack. Okay, let's see now. Cool. And now if we restart this thing, look at that. Ha, it's working. Nice. I'm gonna ask it something. When identifying the hook, the store hook, prefixed by use and ends with store, does it guarantee that the hook is used within component? Like it returns JSX syntax? Because you can use the store. Yeah, exactly. Nice, thank you. But the good thing now is now we can trust the tests now, right? That it will actually run. So now we can just validate the tests if we get a new scenario. And we're gonna add this to the actual package as well now to see how that would work. Let's accept it. It's kind of annoying that like I kind of have to accept it, save it, then run the tests, and then okay, so it still runs, which is great. I think we could add like another so counter 8 should be a function counter 8 so this should not change. You should look Nice. Okay. Oh, I have to export it. Oh, that's interesting. Do I have to export it? Wait. Oh, but I didn't export it here, right? Cool. I'm very happy about this. I feel confident that we'll get this transform running. Maybe it doesn't handle every freaking scenario yet, but that's easy to make happen with the approach we have now, which is awesome. And what we're gonna do now is we're not gonna use this thing. We're actually gonna change out. So this is gonna be 1.00. I need to change the names and stuff, but I can do that later. So let's just try to actually see how we're gonna do this. So this is depending on the bubble transform, but it's also gonna depend on the SWC transform. And I think we need to npm, yarn install to kind of link that package. And then what we're gonna do is in the package JSON, we have this transform. I'm gonna deprecate that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a bubble transform, and we're gonna add an SWC transform. I guess we can just do this and this, and then SWC transform, SWC transform, SWC transform, like that. And then I'm actually not sure how it does this. Build. How does it do this? Oh, so it has a transform file. Okay, so let's create bubble transform TS. I just don't want to break anything if someone is using impact. And then we have the SWC transform. And that's actually just going to be, I wasn't sure how to do this, but that can just be the plugin. So we can do this. Let's see. That was bubble, SWC. What does this? Export default, and this can export default. Function create transformer. We might have some kind of options, other options later, but for now we're just gonna hard code the package name. That's the only thing we do, and that should be enough, I think. And then what the hell is this create this thing? I can't remember. Create this. I think it's like just moving the transforms into their own folders. Yeah. This folder name. Okay, I think we should do. Because I think I hard code. Oh yeah, it's all this shit. Again. Yeah, we can change that. So we kind of remove. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a silly little thing here. This bubble transform. You know what? We're gonna transform names. So that will be transform, bubble transform, and SWC transform. And then dist folder name. Okay. Why don't we have any? Oh, that's kind of annoying. For each, and then we're gonna say this transform equals dist plus transform name. Okay. And then we're gonna shove all of this stuff inside. And then I think it should just work. Well, one thing we need to replace is this thing. So this should say, where's the transform name? Transform name. Like this. I had a horrible time creating the build process for this. Okay, I think this is what we want. So let's try it. So we're gonna go into impact React signals, and we're gonna yarn build it, I guess. And this should, yeah, create a different dists. So here we just have create transformer. Okay. So now we have that. And if we move back here now, we should be able to do plugins. We should be able to import, create, well, impact transform or whatever. And then impact React SWC transform. Type declarations. Oh, didn't I add the type declarations? I did. Is it just a restart TypeScript? Oh, sorry. Impact React signals. There it is. So we should be able. Fuck. Oh, do we have to return it as a const? As const. Yeah, of course it needs to be a const. Oh, why aren't you happy? Oh, sorry. It doesn't help to be a const either, I think. Because now it's an array of, yeah, sorry. So this should be yeah, why doesn't const? I thought that would actually make well, that's weird. Because it's a const. It should work. Ah, interesting. Did I save it? I find that interesting. Why does it translate it into... It shouldn't do that. As const should become interesting. Okay. That's simply wrong. But we can... Well, kind of hate this. Yeah, let's just record string Any. Let's just do this because that's the expected return type. Let's build it. And will you bloopty bloop work? No, you're still not happy. Why do you say? Why does it transform it to that? What the fudge? I'm very confused by this. As this is insane. Oh, wait a minute. Is it package JSON clean? Maybe it's because it's not cleaning it up. Let's try again. Oh, look at that. Okay, you know what? I think it should work with const. It was just me not deleting the folders. No, seriously. Oh, because it becomes the specific. Okay, fine. But at least we can do this. That makes more sense. Cool. Vite is happy. We'll save that. We'll restart the thing. I'm very curious why it still logs. Hey there. Didn't I build it? Maybe I didn't after the... Okay. Yay. Okay, cool. This is great. This is great. Okay, I'm gonna stop the stream because I have to get to work. But we did it. We actually did it. So all the packages are gonna have like a bubble transform and an SWC transform, and you can choose between those, and they should have the exact same behavior. But we can iterate on this towards the official release, which is gonna be well, I'm gonna release it the same time as React 19. And then yeah, and I'm gonna emphasize even more that like it's very hard to describe when a tool like this becomes helpful. So if you're able to build a new app, like I built this new family app, and I'm not using Impact for that. There's no reason to, because it's first of all, it's a relatively simple app. It relies heavily on the server because it's all data. And I'm using like Convex for that, which is amazing, by the way. And there's absolutely no reason to bring in Impact. The reason you would bring in Impact if you don't it's like when you build these super complex well, I guess I do state it. Like there's a lot of clients that, like, I'm trying to think about how Code Sandbox differs from something like Linear. So Linear is completely data driven, right? Even though it has a relatively complex UI, the complexity is really tied to all the data it needs to display and change. as opposed to I'm still having a hard time expressing. It's like, it's the thing, I've always worked on these code editors, and having like global state management there has been critical. But then it's also been a problem related to typing, because you want, like, some state depends on other state to be available, like some data to be available, for example. But typically that state is data. Like, that is, what is asynchronous state? Asynchronous state is data. Like, it's some data you grab from the server, that being a user or whatever it is, which I find very interesting. Because if you use something like React Query, for example, what you can do is that you can say that your global, like your state store, is synchronous. It doesn't do anything asynchronous. And then any data fetching you do through React Query, I think, because one complexity that I'm sure of is, how do you interact with asynchronous state? So typically you don't interact with asynchronous state. You only display it, right? You fetch some data and you display it in the UI. But in these code editors, you often interact with that asynchronous state to figure out what to do. Like, so whenever you interact with the app, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. So, for example, in Code Sandbox, you need to look at some state on the user, some state on the VM. There's some state related to the UI. Maybe there's some local config. And all of this ties into what the result is. And then you might do something asynchronous, like changing something, and given the result of that, you want to do something more asynchronous. It's not a query mutation pattern. Like, it's a complexity layer on top of query mutation, kinda. And then the question is, how do you express that? So expressing that complexity in React is quite awkward, because if you define a hook, you return this function, and this function has a ton of complexity to it. Like, it changes some state inside the hook, but that state actually affects some other part of the UI. I think maybe that's a good way to explain it. It's like having a very complicated hook. It's just like, you know it when you hit it. That's the thing. But it's so hard to express, like, when you hit it, because it's tied to complexity. But yeah, no, we're just gonna release it with an emphasis that this is built for I'm trying to find a very simple way to. I've always talked about this, like, from the very beginning. Like, if you're building a data-driven app like Facebook, you shouldn't use Impact, something like Impact. And linear is very close to what Facebook does in terms of, like, the flow of data and what you do with it. But then you have like these actual productivity apps, like Code Sandbox, which doesn't manage that much data. It's not... Well, it does manage a lot of data, but there's this insane complexity to it. It's not like grabbing a list of posts. It's like you have some Git status over here, and then you have terminal output over there, and then you have the files over here, and then you have this and that, and all of these things interact with each other. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what kind of application like what other kinds of applications are like Code Sandbox or building a code editor. And now you have like VS Code, right? You can just use it. There's even projects that allows you to customize VS Code a ton. So kind of a lot of the complexity of building a code editor is kind of gone. Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to... I need to reflect on this because I really want like releasing this. I know this, if we had this when we built version 2 of Code Sandbox, like before we moved to VS Code, this would be immensely helpful. Immensely helpful. But why? That's the question. Yeah, no, I need to reflect on that. Yeah, it doesn't help me sitting here staring at the screen, right? So yeah, but awesome. The plugin is live. I'm gonna do some work on it, and then we're gonna ship it. Okay, bye for now.